If you are a high income, high performing man, chances are your social circle is not the greatest. In fact, you may even be a little bit lonely. You probably don't have a whole lot of good friends because, well, there's a few reasons for this. If you think about like the average Joe has the people that he works around, the people he went to college with, and just all these other average Joes around him. It's really easy to find other average Joes to be friends with. Now, for you, if you're a high performer, chances are you're very intentional about who you spend your time with. You know that you are the sum of the five people you spend the most time with. And so you don't want to spend a whole lot of time around the average Joes because they will lower your standard and they will bring you down to their level. And then you're going to find yourself like getting fat and walking around in a football jersey with another man's name on the back. Like, and just wasting your time and like wasting your health, which is what most people do. That's most people's lives. So you naturally don't want to spend a whole lot of time around people like this. You'd much rather spend time around people who are on your level or even above your level. But the problem is that the vast majority of people are not that. The vast majority of people are the average Joes that you don't want to spend time with. So you can't just like hang out with the people that are around you. And chances are, especially if you're a self made rich person, that you grew up around average Joes. Those are your social circle that you have from high school and from college and from your first job, etc. And you're probably finding yourself drifting away from those people because you recognize that sitting around with those people and watching football and playing video games and drinking beer is not adding to your life, right? You can probably feel it lowering your energy. And so you start to shy away from those people. You start to avoid those people. And then to make matters worse, chances are those people, whether they will admit it out loud or not, feel a certain amount of resentment toward you because you're more successful than them. So you are stuck in this isolated position where you can only hang out with people, you'll only let yourself hang out with people that are at your level or above, or, maybe with some exceptions for somebody that's not as rich as you, but is highly motivated and has a similar mindset as you, right? This is not exactly about income only. There's more to it than that. But the people that are like you are rare. You are the exception. And to make matters worse, you probably, if you're successful, you probably don't have a whole lot of free time. You're probably working a lot, and the people that you would like to hang out with are probably also working a lot. So you go doing the things that the normies do that, oh, I want to meet people, so I'm going to go to a kickball class. I'm going to go join a kickball league, or I'm going to join a bowling league, or, whatever the normies do. Number one, if you do that, you're just going to be around a bunch of other normies, so that's not going to solve your problem. But two, you don't have the time to do that in the first place. So what do you do? Like, how do you solve this problem? The best way that I've ever found, there are other ways, there's like Young Presidents Organization, there's these like exclusive clubs and stuff. And that can work if you're into that, if you have that available to you in your city. But a lot of those are very transactional. And you also with upper income people, now you have to worry about kind of like status jockeying, which it makes life difficult. And there's a whole bunch of people that are just want business connections and they want to do deals with you, which is cool. I mean, nothing wrong with that. But if you actually want to have actual real friends, if that is the goal, then these organizations make that difficult. What I found, and I kind of kicked myself when I figured this out because I run a marketing agency. I do marketing, especially advertising on YouTube and Facebook. And what I've done for a long time is find people that want a certain thing and get them to get them on a lead list essentially and get them to go through my marketing funnel and do a thing. That's what I do for myself and for my clients like every day for last, I don't know, like 7 years now. And I realized one day, well, why not just do the same thing for my social circle? Like, why not set out targeted paid ads to people that are on my level and who are feeling the same way as me, because I realized that I was feeling lonely and I was intentional about who I wanted to hang out with. And so that, like, I didn't want to hang out with average Joes. I didn't want to join the stupid kickball league like that. And so I thought, if I'm in that situation, probably there's lots of other guys that are successful business owners or executives or doctors or whatever that are like high performing men that probably feel exactly the same way as me. And so what I did was I ran ads targeted towards high income, high performance men with basically this message and saying, "Hey, do you want to join a group, like an exclusive group of guys that of high income, high performance guys that just hang out and talk about business and share ideas and do cool stuff together. Like, we'll go on boat trips, or we're just, sometimes just hang out at a restaurant, or like go karting, like whatever just happens to appeal to us. That's what we do. And so I'm not saying, it depends on how you frame this, right? I'm not going to say, hey, click this link to be my friend, or that would be stupid. But I'm saying, like, if you want to join this group, it's totally free, by the way. Like, I don't charge anybody to be a part of my group because I just want to have these people in my life, right? I'm not trying to make money off of them. Although it has been quite lucrative. Like, I've made quite a lot of money because of knowing these people, but that was just a side effect. That was never the actual goal. That was never the actual objective. But anyway, so that's what I did. I ran ads to high performing men, got them together in a group. I've gotten like, this worked beyond my wildest dreams. Like, it worked better than I ever could have thought. Apparently, there are a lot of guys out there who are just like me. And this is all in my local area, by the way. This is not one of those mastermind things where you just join this group and pay 30 grand and you're in this online group and you're in a Slack chat or something, and then maybe you actually meet once or twice a year. Like, you're never gonna actually build solid friendships that way because it's too geographically distributed. My way that I created for myself found me a social circle of high performing men right in my local area that I meet with once a month or twice a month. And if I want to just like go out to dinner with somebody, if I say like, "Hey, I feel like going hiking, you want to join me?" Like, I can just text the person, and then like now I have actual friends. Now I have actual social circle full of high performing people, and it's been amazing. It's been an absolute game changer for me. So if you're in the same situation that I was, that you're a high performer and you're not willing to compromise your standards, you don't want to hang out with normies, you want to have a social circle, but you won't have standards for who that social circle is, then I can build out exactly the same thing for you. I've got the process down to a T. Like, I've dialed this down to a science. I know what works, and I can build out exactly the same thing for you in your local area and custom curated to whatever is important to you. So if you only want to hang out with, like, if you want men, or you want both men and women, or you want only women, like, I can do any of the above. If you want them to be all Christian or all Muslim or all Scientologists, like, well, I should caveat this by saying that there has to be enough of a market. Like, if you want Scientologists in your tiny little town of 100 that are making $10 million or more a year and are between the ages of 45 and 47, well, that's going to be a little difficult because there literally are not enough people that would be qualified for that. So, little caveat there, but within reason, I can find you just about whatever you want. I can build you a custom curated social circle that meets your exact desires. If you would like me to do that, I'll put a link in the description. And then you might also enjoy this video that I recorded all about how to make connections that last when you meet people in person. So thanks for watching. Hit the like, subscribe if you like this, and I'll see you in the next one.